Wednesday today, and this morning I have a workshop to Princeton students on mental health and journaling, which I'm really looking forward to. It's in about an hour, so I am just putting the final touches on this workshop and getting ready to go for that. I really wanted to vlog this week because I have some exciting changes that I've been alluding to and kind of wanted to walk through them with you and share some of the reasoning behind the changes. So I started off my morning with some breakfast. I always add peanut butter and cinnamon to everything that I can. So that's what I was doing this morning. And now I'm just working on this workshop. This afternoon, I have a lot of client work to do, filming audits, social media audits of some of my clients' social media platforms to give them some tips and strategies moving forward. And then I have set aside some time to write. So let's talk about some of these changes. For the last couple of years, I have been working with authors on marketing and primarily social media, which is something that I'm really passionate about. I could talk about writing and books and publishing all day long, but over the last 6 months, I would say, I've been feeling a pull to broaden my audience to more than authors. And I've also had other types of creatives reach out to me that what I've been saying has really resonated with them. And it's kind of shown me that my pull is correct, that I want to be helping beyond authors. So if you're an author listening to this, I am not changing anything about how I support you. I am also an author. I am so passionate about writing and marketing and getting your books out there, getting my books out there. So none of that is changing. What is changing is that I am helping other creatives too. So I've worked with musicians, I've worked with photographers, I've worked with artists on getting their work out there more. And it's something that I really enjoy. I think that just being around creative people gives me so much creative energy. I'm really excited. So with that, I am moving from my Instagram, my TikTok being at writers.poets to everything being rebranded on Marketing by Shelby. With that comes something that I've taken too long to do. I had everything on my main author website, including the marketing stuff, which is really a separate company. It's not aligned with my audience, who are my readers. So I finally started a new website, marketingby.shelby.com. I have a shiny new logo that my amazing video editor will put here. And yeah, I'm really excited about these changes. They're not big changes. And I decided that this was going to be something that rolls out over time versus me scrambling to get everything ready to go today. So that is the change. I'm really excited for it. I hope you're excited. If you like the new logo, like the new look, please leave me a comment and let me know what you think. I will have some of these resources linked in the description of the video as well. All ready for my mental health journaling workshop, so I will talk to you after the workshop. Much later. It is almost 4 p.m. I haven't hopped on here since I did my workshop this morning, but I've been in work mode. I got my blue light glasses on, which is a sign that I am doing a lot of computer work. So with this rebrand, I thought it'd be helpful to just share everything that I've had to change on my end. It seems like a lot and it's kind of overwhelming, but I wanted to give some tips if you ever go through a rebrand or change maybe genres of books that you're writing or anything like that. So the first thing is that I've changed my Instagram and my TikTok usernames to @marketingby.shelby, so that it's more broad. It's not just for writers. With that, that means updating it on my website, updating it in the footers of my newsletters, anywhere that I link to my social media pages that has been updated. I've probably missed some spots, and I'll be finding them for a while, but I'm trying to take this slow and know that I have time to fix mistakes. I have time to make changes. Nothing is urgent. The next thing I did was create a whole new website. So I've just been working on that. It's been something that I've been working on for months, but it's finally here. I made my new links page, which is something that I like to do instead of Linktree, is just have a links page right on my website so that people can find where they need to go. I've updated the logo in my newsletters. I've had to update the links in my newsletters. I'm having one of my assistants change out my logo to the new logo in all of my courses. So that's something that's going to take time. I have an assistant helping me move over blog posts from my author website to my new website. Things are happening. Something that I learned about that I wanted to share with you. If you ever move websites or want to redirect people from one link to another. So for example, on my author page, like I mentioned, everything was jumbled together. I'm very excited to have a separate spot for marketingbyshelby.com. I had my sales pages for my TikTok guide, my Instagram guide on my author page. And I used a 301 redirect. That is a new skill that I have learned in the last week or two that redirects your pages from an old domain to a new domain. Or if you want to disable a page on your website and have people go from that link to a new link. For example, if you make changes, you no longer want that page to be available, you set up a 301 redirect. It's just like a little bit of code that you put in your website for each page. It took me like 10 minutes, and it was something that I put off for months, for weeks. So now anytime someone goes to shelbylee.co/one of the sales pages for my marketing guides, they'll automatically be redirected to my new website, which is very exciting. I use MailerLite for my email newsletters, and I have been in my templates updating my logo. I also have a new automation set up for this new club that I'm putting together. It's something that's coming, and you can get on the wait list now, and you'll be the first to get into this new offer, as well as get some exclusive bonuses that are only available to people on the wait list. That's coming in November, fingers crossed. I might get excited and release it early in October. We'll see. But November is the tentative date. So whenever you check out the new website, there is now a waitlist button you can join, and I'll make sure that it's linked in the description. So I went through, set up that automation, tested it, and just set up some more on my website. I just got done adding my newsletter footer to the website. So that's on each page now. And I am just so excited about how this website is looking. I still have to change out these icons. So I worked with a designer on some new assets. So I'll be changing out those icons so they fit my branding better. Happy Thursday. I have just been taking a little lunch break on the couch. I did some client work this morning, and I wanted to sit down and talk with you about some of the steps I took for this rebrand. Once I decided that I really was going to go all in on expanding my audience, I spoke to some of my clients who fit into this niche of creatives, and I also did some market research on my Instagram page with my current followers, who are a lot of authors, but also other types of creatives, to see what words or phrases they use to describe themselves most, because I really like considering myself a creative. I am an author and a writer and also an entrepreneur, but I'm a creative at the center of all of that. I wanted to see if that word resonated with others, and that ended up being one of the top responses I got, that other authors refer to themselves as creatives as well. So that kind of solidified for me that, of course, we all have different products. A musician's going to have an album or songs they're trying to get more streams on. An author's going to have books or series. Artists are going to have artwork or full campaigns or projects to promote, but we all consider ourselves creative human beings. We are trying to, one, make more impact as creatives, and two, make income as creatives. And so that was the foundation of this new brand, which is helping you as a creative create more impact and more income with your creative work. So that is the foundation of my new brand. That is why I wanted to rebrand into a larger audience, because I know that I can help authors and I know that I can help other creatives. So only keeping myself to just authors, I really just wanted to make a bigger impact as well. So that's the first thing I did. The second thing I did was hire a designer to do the rebrand. So I gave her the name of the company, the tagline, what my goals were, my values for the business, and handed it off to the designer to come up with some different logos, color palettes, all of that. I didn't want anything to change too drastically. I love yellow, it's a big part of my brand. That's staying, but some new colors are coming in. The logo has changed, which you know, and she also created the logo and branding for a new project that I'm working on, which I mentioned before. So if you go to my website, you'll be able to join the waitlist for a special thing that is coming very soon. This was a designer that I had also worked in the past with on the Poetry Club branding, which is my membership for poets, if that gives you a little hint as to what is coming for this new company as well. So I'm really excited. So beyond that, not too much is changing. Like I said, all the products I currently have are staying the same. I'll be developing this new opportunity to connect with more creatives very soon. I'm planning on a November launch, and I'm also working on developing some new offers for all creatives as well. One of them being a launch course, how to actually launch your creative project, your book, your album, launch your business as a photographer, all of these different creatives in one. It's going to have specifics for many different types of creatives as well. But launching is something that I get questions about so much, so I'm really excited to cover that in a new program as well. But otherwise, my content is going to shift to including more creatives. But since I am an author, all of my personal examples are about books and me as an author. Don't expect too big of a change on this channel, on my other social media channels. You're still, as an author, absolutely going to be included in every single thing that I do. That is the foundation of what I do. I'm a writer. I love books and can talk about it all day. So don't worry, not too much is changing in that regard, but I am also really excited to increase my impact as a marketing coach as well, because I know that I can help even more people beyond authors too. It is such a beautiful day, so I came outside to do some writing and also take my tortoise Pancake for a walk. So he is living his best life right now. I brought my journal so that I can get some writing done while I'm out here enjoying the sunshine. I am about 2/3 of the way done on my 4th book, which is very exciting. So going to see what progress I can get done in the next 30 minutes or so outside.
We are out for a morning walk this morning, and I asked some of my followers on Instagram if they had any questions about rebranding for this walk. And one question that came up multiple times was, how do you know when it's the right time to make a new account? If you are posting about multiple genres, maybe it's getting confusing for your audience. And I think something that's really important to remember is you know who your audience is, who your readers are, and if it will get confusing to them, if it will kind of isolate them, if you are talking about one genre that's very different from the one that they followed you for, it can be isolating for your audience. That's something that I had to consider whenever I was posting about my mental health writing on my main author account. And then I wanted to start talking about book marketing. And at first I was, and it felt very out of place. And so I decided to create a new account all for authors. So just think about your audience, your genre, and if you feel like it's very, very different, I do typically recommend making a new account. So really, it's important to think about the overlap of your themes, your lessons, the tropes in your book, because a lot of times they're not as different as we might think. For a lot of authors that come to me and ask this, we end up deciding that it's best to just keep the same account for now, because their genres are not as different as they initially thought. So think through the themes, the tropes, the overlap in the two audiences of your different genres, and you might decide that it's actually easier to just keep it all on one account and focus on those overlapping themes when you market your books.
I am about to hit share on my rebrand announcement on Instagram. Let's do it together. It is here. I have changed my username everywhere and officially launched the new website with my new tagline. Okay, so the rebrand is officially live. I made the announcement. I put the website live. And I've started changing all of my links everywhere. So I changed my usernames on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, changed the bios on all of those platforms, and then went everywhere I knew of that I had those former links and have been updating them today. So it's taken me a few hours this morning, but definitely worth it to have made the announcement today. I'm really, really excited about it and hope that everyone's excited too. I think something that's important to remember is if you do ever change your username on Instagram, on TikTok, on any social platforms that you use, to one, make sure it's updated everywhere. Like if you link to your socials on your website or in your newsletters, that you update that, but that you also communicate it to your audience so they aren't confused how they got there. If they follow you under a certain name and then it changes, you want to communicate that and make sure they know it's the same person so you don't lose followers. So over the next couple of weeks, I will be reminding my audience of that as well. All right, it is much later in the day. I just have to say thank you to anyone who has commented or messaged me about the rebrand since announcing it. It means so much to me. Since it is the first of the month as I film this, something that I always do on the first of the month is look at my metrics from the following month. So I look at and track my follower growth, any posts that perform significantly well in the past month, and I also look at book sales data, any days that I had a higher bump in sales, and look at what I did that day in terms of my marketing. So I highly recommend doing that if you don't already. I have a calendar reminder every first of the month to do that and just spend some time in my business, in the metrics, looking at everything. For the rest of the afternoon, I am working on a new course all about launching, which I'm really excited for. So if you have any questions about launching a product, a book, a creative work of some kind, feel free to leave your questions in the comments. I'll be looking through any questions that I get and making sure that I apply those to the course that I'm working on. And I'm also excited because as of today, first announcing this new rebrand, there are 10 people who have signed up for the waitlist for the new thing that I am working on that I have alluded to. So be sure to put your name on the waitlist if you are curious and want an opportunity for lower cost coaching from me in a group environment. I'm really excited for it. The rest of the day is going to be some client work and working on scripts for that course I mentioned. I am closing out one of my monthly clients. We wrapped up for our 30 days of support. It's been so wonderful working with her. So saying goodbye to her, and then have a couple other monthly clients that I want to film videos for and share some tips with them for social media. So I'll be doing that for the rest of this afternoon, and then definitely going to get outside and enjoy this warm weather. I will link to another vlog that I did recently where I did a week of my writing routine. So I'll leave that here for you to check out, and please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future videos from me. I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you so much for watching this vlog, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!